The first time I got into sex work, I was 14 years old. And what had happened was I wasn't out. I was in the closet those times, and I had found out where the village was. And I totally stumbled upon it accidentally. I knew, like, I knew what escorts were. I knew what hoes were. I knew what strippers were. Obviously, I grew up in the hood, right? But how I came into the life was the fact that I was still trying to figure out myself. Ended up taking a knife and stabbing me in my face and stomach. And
Because you wanted to leave.
yes. And I was like, it's me. I'm the one who called. And then they pulled out their mace and maced me in my face. Trust.
So what does a day in Mocha Dawkins' life look like?
For me, I wake up in the morning. I drink some lemon water. Brush my teeth. Wash my face. All that good stuff. Get ready. Go to school. I'm a full-time university student at the University of Toronto. After classes, whenever those are done, because times vary on different days. Sometimes I have community engagements with different organizations. I'm a board of director for Elizabeth Fry Society. So sometimes I have things in that nature. I also do different workshops and panel discussions with various activists within the community. I'm living well, very important. I'm 35 years old and not a lot of trans people make it to my age. So this is a blessing to be at this age and to be progressing in life.
And if you could give advice to another young black trans woman, what would you tell her?
I would tell her that sometimes you have to listen to criticism in your life. I know what it's like to feel put down when people judge you and whatever the case may be, but sometimes when it feels like judgment from those who you love, it's not really judgment, it's them just looking out for you. And when you actually take the advice and you apply it and you put down your pride and your ego and you humble yourself and you take that step forward, you take that advice with, a good mind and a good heart, good things will happen. I got out of the sex work industry, listening to that kind of criticism of like, oh, prostitutes, whatever the case may be, not to shun down sex work, but at the same time, like when you're in it for so many X amount, over a decade like I was, you do get tired of it. So for me, I just had to apply that. I had to apply what people were telling me, how people were believing in me. You have to apply that for yourself. You can't just take the well words and do nothing with it. So as people were giving me kind of harsh criticisms about my life and at the same time letting me know that I can advance and I can do better, I applied those good words into my life, and I never thought I would be in university at this point, about to graduate with an undergraduate degree with a double major and a minor in critical studies and equity and solidarity and African studies and a minor in Caribbean studies. And then I still have goals to get my PhD in psychology. And worst case scenario, like a master's. And I wouldn't, like 10 years ago, 15 years ago, I would have never thought that for me in my life. I was just about get money. I'm going to be lucky, I'm going to find a rich man and he's going to take care of me. I was in that hood mentality, and I'm wilding and I'm bad. But no, education is key. Picking up a book and reading is knowledge. And, you're supposed to learn every day, not remain in the same way. So my advice would be, do the things that you may think is hard now. If you think picking up a book in school is hard, pick up a book to read on your own. Just, accomplish that goal for yourself, to know that you can do it, you are doing it, and when you see yourself doing it and you're engaged in it, you feel proud of yourself, and then you could feel the love and you remember the words and you feel the love of what those who you thought were harsh to you were actually saying to you. You learn to appreciate. It's all about being humble. I'd really tell them to be humble. Humility is key sometimes. Things changed the night of the incident. Me and Jay were perfectly fine, great relationship, text messages over the phone, seeing each other. When we got upstairs, everything was like cool. Again, like the jokes carried on, had like a little bit of foreplay. After some time, I was just like, I gotta go, right? Like I'm honestly like my people are waiting for me at the club. And that's when things turned left.
Bombs dropping, fires are burning, people are dying, governments are lying. Us from this hell, us from ourselves, humans displaced, children are orphans. People are starving. They're feeding us poison. Us from this hell.
Governments are blinding us, polluting our air, fogging our minds for their illusions. Psychological experiments, lockdowns, vaccines to control us. But we're awakening. We're awakening. You are not alone. We are here together. As one by one, we're awakening until we are free.